All right, lock in, don't blink, and don't skip. Because what I'm about to say might save you hundreds of dollars over your lifetime on something you buy without even thinking about it. Ketchup. Yes, ketchup. That red bottle sitting in your fridge pretending to be premium, artisanal, or chef-crafted while silently robbing you blind. Today, I'm exposing 5 cheap ketchups, real brands, real prices, found in real American grocery stores that taste as good as or better than expensive ketchups that cost 2, 3, sometimes 4 times more. And I promise you this, by the end of this video, you will never look at the ketchup aisle the same way again. Because once you realize how hard you've been overpaying for flavored tomato sugar, there's no going back. Let's start with a truth nobody in the condiment industry wants to admit. Ketchup is not complicated. It's tomatoes, vinegar, sugar, salt, and spice balance. That's it. And yet somehow brands have convinced millions of Americans that ketchup needs to be crafted, elevated, or reimagined. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Most people want ketchup that's thick, balanced, familiar, and addictive. The kind that makes fries disappear, the kind that turns a basic burger into comfort food, the kind that tastes like childhood, backyard barbecues, and late-night fast food runs. And guess what? You don't need a $6 bottle to get that. So let's break it down, slowly, clearly, and honestly, with prices you can actually verify and flavors you can actually trust. First up, and this one shocks people every single time, Market Pantry Tomato Ketchup, Target store brand from Target. This is the ketchup that quietly destroys expensive brands without ever bragging about it. Right now, a 20-ounce bottle of Market Pantry Tomato Ketchup is priced at around $1.29 at Target stores across the U.S. $1.29. That's not a sale price. That's not a clearance fluke. That's the regular price. Now let's talk flavor, because price doesn't matter if it tastes bad. Market Pantry Ketchup is thick, smooth, and perfectly balanced between sweet and tangy. It doesn't punch you in the face with vinegar. It doesn't drown everything in sugar. It just works. Put it on fries? Classic. Put it on a burger? No complaints. Put it on eggs, hot dogs, nuggets, meatloaf? Still delivers. And here's the part that makes people pause. Target clearly states this ketchup has no artificial flavors, no synthetic colors, and no preservatives. So not only is it cheap, it's clean by mainstream standards. Now compare that to a premium ketchup sitting next to it for $4.99 that's basically doing the same thing, but in a fancier bottle. This is where people start realizing, wait, am I paying for ketchup or marketing? Market Pantry is the kind of ketchup you buy once out of curiosity and then keep buying out of logic. Next, and this one sparks debates and I love it, Hunt's Tomato Ketchup, available everywhere but especially easy to find at Walmart. A 20-ounce bottle of Hunt's Tomato Ketchup typically sells for around $1.62 at Walmart. Now, let me say something controversial. Some people actually prefer Hunt's over Heinz. And not because it's cheaper, because it tastes different in a good way. Hunt's ketchup is more tomato-forward, less candy-sweet, slightly more savory. It feels like it belongs on grilled food, hot dogs, burgers, sausages, and anything that touches a barbecue. And if you've ever thought, why does this ketchup taste like syrup? Hunt's might be your fix. It still has sweetness, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't dominate the flavor. The tomato taste actually shows up and says hello. And here's the hidden advantage. Hunt's holds up better in cooked recipes. If you're making homemade BBQ sauce, sloppy joes, meatloaf glaze, or baked dishes that use ketchup as an ingredient, Hunt's doesn't turn weird or overly sweet when heated. So while premium ketchups brag about being chef-approved, Hunt's is quietly doing the work in real kitchens for $1.62. Third, and this one is a budget monster, Great Value Tomato Ketchup, Walmart's store brand. This is the ketchup people buy just to save money and then realize it's actually good. A 32-ounce bottle, yes, 32 ounces, costs about $1.97 at Walmart. Let that sink in. That's nearly double the size of most bottles for under $2. This ketchup is smooth, consistent, and neutral in the best way possible. It doesn't try to be bold. It doesn't try to be fancy. It exists to support your food, not compete with it. And that's exactly why it beats expensive ketchups for everyday use. Expensive ketchups often have personality, and that sounds good until you realize that personality doesn't work with everything. Great value ketchup works with everything. Fries, burgers, nuggets, eggs, meatloaf, chicken sandwiches, and even kids who are picky don't argue with it. And here's something most people don't think about. Great value ketchup is gluten-free, making it an easy default for households with dietary concerns. This is the ketchup you keep stocked without stress. You don't ration it. You don't panic when the bottle runs low. You just buy another one because it costs less than a coffee. Fourth, and if you shop here, you already know what's coming. Berman's Tomato Ketchup from ALDI. This ketchup has a cult following, and for good reason. A massive 38-ounce bottle of Berman's Tomato Ketchup sells for around $1.95 at ALDI. Yes, 38 ounces, under $2. That's not ketchup, that's a commitment. Berman's ketchup tastes like classic American diner ketchup. Sweet, tangy, familiar, comforting. It doesn't surprise you, it satisfies you. And ALDI doesn't mess around with quality. They're famous for stripping away marketing fluff and delivering solid products at ridiculous prices. Berman's is the ketchup you bring to cookouts, the ketchup you leave on the table without worrying about how fast it's being used, the ketchup that somehow disappears faster because people keep dipping just one more time. And here's why it beats expensive ketchup: value plus consistency. Premium ketchups love to experiment. Berman's loves to deliver the same reliable taste every single time. For families, parties, and everyday meals, that reliability matters more than fancy labels. Finally, and this one surprises people who assume organic means expensive, Simple Truth Organic Ketchup from Kroger. A 20-ounce bottle of Simple Truth Organic Ketchup is typically priced at around $2.29 at Kroger. That puts it firmly in the cheap but elevated category. You're getting organic ingredients, no artificial preservatives, and a cleaner label without jumping into $5 or $6 territory. Flavor-wise, Simple Truth Organic Ketchup is slightly less sweet, slightly more natural tasting, and very smooth. It's the ketchup you give to someone who says, "I don't like cheap ketchup," and then watches them change their mind mid-bite. And again, $2.29. That's still dramatically cheaper than most boutique or specialty ketchups pretending to reinvent the wheel. Now let's talk about why cheap ketchups often beat expensive ones, because this is where the illusion breaks. Expensive ketchups usually fail in one of three ways. They go too sweet and taste like tomato candy, they go too acidic and overpower the food, or they go artsy with spices, smoke, or vinegar blends that sound cool but don't actually work on fries. Cheap ketchups don't do that. They're designed for mass appeal. And in the case of ketchup, mass appeal usually means better balance. Here's the honest breakdown. If you want the absolute cheapest solid option, Market Pantry at Target for about $1.29. If you want bold tomato flavor, Hunt's at Walmart for about $1.62. If you want maximum quantity and everyday reliability, Great Value 32-ounce for about $1.97. If you want insane value per ounce, Berman's 38-ounce at ALDI for $1.95. If you want organic without the premium tax, Simple Truth Organic Ketchup at Kroger for $2.29. None of these taste cheap. All of them are widely available, and every single one can outperform ketchups that cost double or more. So the real question is, why are you paying extra? For the bottle shape? For the font? For the word artisanal? Because your fries don't care. Your burger doesn't care. Your taste buds don't care. If anything, they just want balance, thickness, and that familiar comfort flavor that makes you dip again without thinking. So the next time you're in Target, Walmart, ALDI, or Kroger, pause in the ketchup aisle. Look at the prices, look at the ingredients, and ask yourself one simple question: am I buying ketchup or am I buying a story?